Hey, my money magnets. This is your girl Mo Fire, the Moefire. Coming to you with walking my shoes. How was your day? It's going. I hope it's going positive and productive because I miss you guys. Where you been? Where you been? Well, my money magnets. I was thinking of a topic to talk about today because I was talking with someone about something that I would like to talk to you guys about. And this particular friend said to me, yo, you one of the chicks that's a handful of y'all chicks that's some real chicks out here. And I was like, word? I thought bitches was out here solid, you know? And he was like, hell nah, hell nah. So let me tell you what I was telling him the topic is. The topic is women should be more, remember, women should be more tighter than what they are towards one another. Women should not be so loose to be with someone else's man. You should not be a loosey-goosey. You should not be so quick to jump in bed with somebody else's man because you don't know there's consequences and repercussions behind every action of jumping with somebody's man. And I understand it's a shortage on men. I know it's people change their view on men and everything else like that. But when you got a friend, you should never, ever cross your friend for no man. So let me tell you this one story. This one story was years ago. I was a young mom from the age 16, 20, and 22. And I believe it's in my young 20s, I met a girl that was Caucasian that came from New Jersey to the upstate New York area, and we lived in this apartment complex. And I'm gonna just call her name V. So V had a baby daddy that, which became her husband, that they had multiple kids together. The first one wasn't his kid, and then he had multiple kids with him. So, you know, they was on and off in domestic or whatever. And at that time, her husband, I'm gonna call him hubby, was selling weed at the time too. So when I would go get my trees from him, thinking I was help supporting my peeps, you know, because that was my homegirl, and she used to act like she was black. She used to act like she was black, and she always used to wear stretch pants all the time because she had just a little piece of booty and everything. And she wore her hair in a short, like little bob. You know how when they mess with a ink spot, they change their whole haircut and everything like that. But she said that she was mixed. So I thought she was mixed, whatever, because she was acting real hood. So, and she wore glasses. So when I would sit here and go get my trees from hubby would try to come out the side of his face, like if he wanted to see was I loosey-goosey, which I never took the bait. But me, as being a real friend to her, I went to, because we used to hang like kids be in the house, we used to cook together, type stuff like that. So I just was like, yo, V, when I went XYZ, hubby tried to holler at me, and I'm just gonna tell you, I'm not gonna buy no more trees, so I'm gonna just step away. But you know, me and you can rock, you know, we still rock. So she was like, okay, cool, thanks for telling me, yo, for real. I just thought it was not to break up nobody's relationship, but me as a friend, if I'm hanging with you and I'm cooking with you and our kids hanging, at that time I had only 3, and one of my babies was damn near fresh meat, and then you sitting here, how many did she have at the time? 4 or 5 at the time. She's a lot younger than me, but she had more kids than I. So I'm gonna have to keep it real to you, you know what I'm saying? And best thing for me is just stay out the way. So by me staying out of the way was I was being a neutral good friend, meaning that I was really dating her hubby's brother's homeboy. You know what I mean? He was the big dog. So everything was really inappropriate. So I had to tell, because, you know, it wasn't right anyway. But I didn't go to the dude I was dating and tell, you know, because I think I was just his side chick. I was young too. I think I was his side chick, and he had a main chick back home or something. First, you know how they try to front and all that, boom, boom. So I think I was his side chick. So when I'm finding out that I'm more his side chick, I was more like, I ain't with that, because honestly, I don't believe in nobody's messing with nobody's man. You know what I'm saying? So I more made that more of a friendship than trying to lick and lap with somebody's man. And anyway, he wasn't thinking about me anyway like that. So it wasn't nothing serious where I had to go and say, oh, you know, because when I was finding out my position was pretty weak. So I was like, oh, hell no. You don't do me. You know my bloodline? I'm nobody's side chick. I do not play that role. You know what I'm saying? I do not cheat with nobody's man. They could talk that single dookie, but once I find out something, I feel it or I dream it, it's a wrap. So anyway, long story short, she had disappeared, moved out of town somewhere, tried her luck somewhere else, and then she ended up coming back to town. And I had moved from the projects that we lived in. Now I'm in I think at the time, a 3-bedroom townhouse, and had a finished basement. So she pop up and say, can I stay with you for a week? And she had them little kids and pregnant again. So I was like, all right, you can stay for a week. And she ended up staying 6 months. And I let her stay for free. Had all these little kids running around. At the time, you know, they nose be running and stuff like that. And one thing I did like that she taught me what to do when you have a lot of kids is to skate mop. I can't front. I learned that one thing from her. So off topic, book topic, they always say, people come in your life for a reason. What is it that you learned from that person? And I try to think of everybody that I have known and don't deal with, what did I learn from them? And what I did learn from her was she taught me how to skate mop. And when you skate mop is when you take that mop water, nice and soapy, you take a nice big old towel that you don't really use no more, and you just put it on the floor, and you just you put in the water and you wring it out a little bit, and you put on the floor and you skate the floor, and then you put it back in the and you wring it out, and then you go back over the floor, and it makes you doing the floor so much faster when you have little kids, and keep the floor clean than just having them out. I like that as far as when you got the kids around, skate mop. So I call it skate mop. So I gave it to her little peanut head self for that. But other than that, I let her stay. So she left, got on her feet, whatever, off of me, and then I end up moving. We didn't see each other for years, so I end up moving to the city where I'm from. So we find each other on Facebook. Maybe I think it was like 14, 15 years went by, and I'm excited, like, oh, I found my dog V. I found my dog V. She hit me up on Facebook, or whatever. I don't know if I hit her up on Facebook, however the case may be, but we found each other, and I was very excited, right? So long story short, I had my money tied up in investments, and she wanted to come to Brooklyn to come and see me. So I was like, all right. And she volunteered, saying, if you let me come to your house, I'll give you the hotel fee instead of me getting into the hotel. So I'm thinking, I got a 3-bedroom, sure, come on. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have that spare money to like go all out, and because I'm not a go out person anyway. I like eating out and stuff like that, but I didn't have that spare money because I just put my money in a big, at that time was a $10,000 investment. You know what I mean? So, and the rest of the thing, you know, my rent was $3,633. And I had that rent for 9.5 years, and I was not a dollar short. So I couldn't just explore my money like that. So my money was basically tied up, right? So she volunteered. So I was like, okay. And she said, I want to bring my friend from Jersey. Some big old dude came with her. I said, all right. So they come to my house, and I went and picked them up from the train station and everything. And then she got in my car, and then she was like, oh, I'm going to give you the money. And I said, okay, thinking my friend going to look out for me and everything else like that. So, but she kept stringing me along. And then the dude I was dating at the time, I'm going to call him Shalu. Shalu is, I'm 6 feet tall, and he like 4 and some change or whatever, if I'm not mistaken, in height. But we was good peeps. So we started dating, and we was dating for, then was about maybe 1.5 years into our relationship or whatever. He stayed at my house because I thought that he was having hard times too. When I met him, he was mad fly and dip, you know what I'm saying? And I thought he was having problems too, so I let him say, oh, you can stay at my house, but the way he was, I don't want to sleep on no couch. I want to sleep with you. So I'm like, you want to sleep with me? You know, so he came, my little man or whatever, case may be, and I let him be with me. And I just thought he was going through some time. So a year go by, no income and no nothing like that. And I think this like year and a half still saying, ended up giving him 3.5 years and still had no income, never even tried to go get no money, never bought me nothing, never took care of me, no nothing like that. But I had faith in the cat as if he was going to be somebody or do something, but it was just, maybe that's just people lifestyle. I didn't know some people just live how they live. So anyway, she comes to town, we go pick her up, so him and I in the car, and at this time I had my own, wait a minute, before I got with him or let her come, I had my own 3-bedroom Brooklyn apartment, holding it down for all those years. I had my own 3 kids that I was raising, but I had 2 of them with me because one was already damn near grown, and I had my 2 other ones that was in the process of being grown. And then I had my own 2 cars. I had my Range Rover and I had my Porsche. And I never even had no insurance lapse and nothing like that. So I paid my bills, so everything was cool. My bills were paying. God had put peace upon me and everything was holding me down. So my bad habit is I'm always trying to help and save somebody or include them, or always think, oh, it's enough out here for all of us. It's enough out here for all of us. So I end up letting her come in, and I let him come into my a year and a half. So I didn't know he smoked cigarettes, because he said he know I don't like people that smoke cigarettes. I can't be around that cigarette stuff, you know what I'm saying? It gave me a lung condition called sarcoidosis and everything, and I just don't like cigarettes. I don't like the smell of cigarettes. People that smoke cigarettes really got this dookie smell that's linger on. Like if somebody's going to the toilet and they take a crap and they smoke the cigarettes and you go in after them like, oh, that's the cigarettes linger on and smell to people. So I be telling people, live, don't smoke no cigarette, live. So long story short is I never thought the cat smoked cigarettes because he never smelled like cigarettes. So now when this girl come around, she comes to my house, she comes in with a bag. So she's with the dude and she has this bag. And now I see that she did buy him some socks, some drawers, some t-shirts and all this stuff like that, like a whole bunch of bags, like a little whole bunch of the Walmart or Kmart bags you hold with the handle. She had those, right? So when she stayed at my house, I thought that she was gonna pay me for the hotel, so I let her stay in my bed. And my bed, you know, I had the whole bedroom set together, you know, at the time, you know, so I let her stay in my bed, which I'll show you.